Well, here I am. It's mold remediation day. It's time for me to get all suited up in these overalls. I've got face mask with a respirator. I got the goggles. I got the gloves. I got it all. It cost me $37 for this stuff, so here's hoping that everything goes well. I realized that because a lot of this stuff is just going to be garbage after I'm done with it today, I've got to actually do all of this in one day. So it's a Saturday today. I think I can do it. I'm going to get started and really rock this for the next, I don't know, couple hours it's probably going to take. So here we go. In the meantime, while I get ready, here's a video from yesterday of me unboxing the vacuum cleaner. Got the vacuum cleaner. Thought I would do a little unboxing for you to show you what you got us. How exciting! Seriously, it's a vacuum cleaner. It's not that exciting, but it's one of those necessities. All right. Bubble wrap! The kids will love that. Ta-da! There it is. Ooh. Loads of goodies. Holy cow. No, seriously. Ooh. Fancy. All these kinds of things. That'll be good for getting up in the roof. Great. So, apparently, it comes with dirt in it. It's refurbished, so I'll give them that. They must have had to test it. Let's see here. There are HEPA filters somewhere in here. So there is a HEPA filter there, which I guess is the exhaust. And then up in here, we've got the main kind of junk bucket that has a HEPA filter on it as well. And of course, as you can see, it's bagless, which is going to be really, really nice. There's also a carbon filter under this HEPA filter and another carbon filter in there. So it should help us to keep the mold from basically blowing around when we vacuum, which is good for now. Of course, we're not going to have to deal with this mold situation much longer, but when I do vacuum, I don't want to make the situation worse by stirring up the spores or anything like that. So so this is good, and then once that is dealt with, I can clean out the filters and do all that, and then I can just use it to clean up around. So, and we hope to get an area rug in the interview area, seating area, make it nice and comfortable, and this will help with that as well. So, cool stuff. Retractable cord. You hear that? I didn't know that it had that. It's got variable speed adjustments, so listen to this. Nice! That's great! Uh-oh. I don't think I'm going to be able to get this tape out. You can never be too safe. Come on, bad boy. Very, very thankful for air conditioning today. It's 34 degrees Celsius outside. Only about 32 degrees Celsius in here. No, I'm just kidding. It's actually pretty good. Okay. Da-da-da. Okay, you know what?
Can never be too safe when it comes to mold. Basically, I want to be able to do this without being dead. So that's my goal, which I think is a fair goal to have, to come out of this having taken care of the mold, but not being dead. I think that's good. This one's kind of tight. I can't actually feel my fingers. Okay, and what else do I need to do here? Can't really tell. I need to put bags on my feet. That's for sure. Fortunately, everything came in bags. So, as a note, something that I've learned today is that it's probably best that you put on the gloves last, after you tie the knots. There we go. And more tape. Good solid video footage right here. Oh crap. My fingers can't operate the touch on the phone. Difficult, but it's doable. I'm trying to tweet a picture for you. So if you see this picture on Twitter, you'll know how difficult this was, how much effort this took to give you this picture. I really should have tweeted before I put on the gloves. Since you're not going to see the gloves in the picture anyway, that was stupid. Okay. Oh, come on. Tweet as Robbie. The cancel button is right next to the Robbie button. There. If I put my finger like that. It's getting really, really hot in this suit. I'm already sweating. I thought the respirator would make a difference, but it's not. Let's do this. Come on, I said exclamation mark, not space. There we go. Menu, no, not 0. Menu, add photo. And it put a 0. Menu. not a P. Menu. Add photo. Robbie Ferguson. Choose from library. Camera roll. Picture. Let's post this and see if it works. And send. Done. Message sent. I think if you're going to do this and look like an idiot, you might as well go all out. That'll keep the sweat off of my eyes, just in case anyone asks what that's for. I really kind of feel like it needs a belt. I've lost 14 pounds, so it really kind of is loose on me. There we go. I just realized I'm eventually going to have to get out of this. But even in spite of that, I think suspenders are in order. There's really never a time when suspenders are not awesome when you're a nerd. There we go. Green suspenders especially. Come on. Okay, and there. Perfect. Now I'm all ready to do mold remediation. I'm going to move some of our stuff out just because I don't want mold to get on it. Spores. The spores are what kill. Well, that doesn't even knock. That's just sponge right there. Oh my, this is going to be tough. This is going to be hard work. Oh boy. Look at that. I might actually get away with pulling some of it away. It's such bad shape. So you can see there is mold growth on the other side of this is the back of the drywall. You can see that. But underneath is some styrofoam. There's no seeming mold growth on there. It's just the drywall itself that's gone moldy. Yeah, there's a lot of it too. Look at that. It's just the drywall itself that's gone moldy, but there you have it. There's the back side of it. Holy. This is just mush. This stuff. It's kind of vinyl gunk. It's glued. There we go. Well, there's definitely a fair bit of insects that have gotten into this wall. This is just below the window where we saw the ants coming and going. But look at that. I'll bet you we're going to find a nest behind there. That's creepy. Wish I had some insecticide or something I could just spray on it. That'll be step 2, but I wish I had it here today. Oh, this is like bathroom floors. This pile junk. Maybe like bathroom walls, like you'd see in a shower. lots down here. So it's not as wet over here, so it's not as easy to pull off. But you can still see, here is okay, but down here we've got mold all along the bottom. Right over here, not far along. See all that? Nothing but dark mold there. I guess as we approach the window, it gets back into a moist area. This is all just rotted away. There you have it. See all that? Whew. This stuff is easy to cut through. It's like butter. So much easier to break off when it's moldy. Okay, so here, the first time we've had, well, there's a fair bit over here too. But a lot of mold on the surface of the styrofoam itself. So that stuff I'm going to spray down with bleach. See if we can kill it. See the difference? There's literally no effort to this stuff. It just falls right apart. Making good progress so far. I'm going to turn off the camera for a bit because I can only record so much and then it's going to run out of recording time. I'll show you the work once I've gotten as far as I can get for today. I'm going to do as much as I can. I'm soaking wet, even just getting through this far. It's really, it's tough to break this stuff up, harder than I expected. I should have some kind of a knife or something, like something that I can get under and pry. I'm using my fingers. And there are some points where it's really tough. So it's a bit of a workout. You can hear I'm out of breath even though I'm sitting here. So I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna make my way all the way around because I know it has to be done in order to get Studio D ready. So this is all part of it. So let's do this. I'll be back as soon as I've got more done for you. The whole other story under this window, this was just Play-Doh. And I found new ways to get through this as quickly as possible using my ninja skills. That's why you don't mess with a geek. I'd like to show you some of the mold that I'm finding, just so that you know what it is that I'm working so hard to eliminate from Studio D before we fix things up and actually move in. This is an example of some of it. So that's the kind of stuff that I'm finding inside the drywall. Fortunately, just the material of the styrofoam insulation is resulting in this coming off really, really nicely like this, and I could throw it out. And the styrofoam itself is fairly clean. So I just have to go over it with some Javex or something and clean that off. I'm not going to do that today. I'm going to let things dry out first. Then I can come back. So working hard. It's hard to breathe in this respirator. I thought the respirator would really, really help, but in fact it doesn't work very well. So I've had a couple times where I just had to take a break just because I felt like I was like CO2 just knocked out. So anyway, that's what I'm finding. Haven't taken off my goggles or my mask, so I'd love a drink. I'm gonna have to wait for a little while. I'm almost about a third of the way through this wall here, so working hard. Be a little while yet. So it's been mainly black mold that I've been finding, but I'm also getting a lot of pink mold. I don't know my molds, but I know my colors. And we're getting a lot of this black interspersed with lots of pink mold as well. And some white mold, of course. Coming along, I'm getting really, really exhausted and looking at the finish line and really getting hopeful. And I'm running out of box space because I didn't realize I was going to have so much garbage. So I'm going to keep at it. Thought you might find this interesting just to see it. This is a piece of the drywall. Like, this is the full thickness of the drywall from just under the window here. I thought you'd like to see how wet this really is. This is what I'm breaking through. There's no crumbliness to it like drywall should be. It's just kind of Play-Doh material. Just blech. Baby steps for sure, because it's so brittle and rotted. I would have liked to just be able to pull entire boards off, but if you see, like it just breaks. No, the drywall doesn't break anyways, but it's wet. Well, there's a few things that I've learned through this process. One, your goggles, even though you buy these ones with the ventilators and think that that's going to help, you're still going to go blind from salty sweat. And I can actually see the sweat moving around in my goggles right now. So that didn't help. Also, the respirator built into the mask does absolutely nothing. My face is just wet. And it feels like air is not really exchanging at all. And you can hear. The respirator isn't even working. If you have to blow like this, which nobody does unless you're running a marathon, and why would you be running a marathon dressed like this unless you were running away from Fukushima? Beyond that, these gloves are like, it feels like there's a swimming pool inside of them. When I take them off, it's going to rush out with water. And if I were to do this again, or if you ever have to do something like this, get yourself a good putty knife type thing, because I've been using my fingers. I've bent back some of my fingernails under these gloves. It really hurts. You need to be able to get under that drywall and pry it back. Also with the X-Acto knife, I found after doing it for a while, having a bit more of a sawing motion really helped to cut into it. I was trying to just like cut, like you would cut paper with an X-Acto knife, and go over and over and over again until I get into the drywall far enough to pull it off. If you do the sawing motion, you're able to do it a lot quicker, even though it's a bit more effort. So now I got to do some cleanup. As you can see, I've actually pulled out all the wet spots. Everything's done that way. Now I got to clean it all up and then let it just sit for a couple days, just so that it can air out, dry out. I am detecting the smell of mold now, especially when I got into the pink mold. I think that's when some spores were starting to make their way into the air. I'm hoping that this respirator is going to help as far as allergies go, but I could certainly smell it. So I think that this place is going to be vacant for the next couple days. Then I'm going to come in and do whatever needs to be done next. Essentially today, though, I want to get all this mess cleaned up as best as I can, so that the whole, the walls can dry out. I can get the mold out of here as far as all these chunks. And then we can get in here and start doing the cleaning. Like I say, spray down some bleach on the walls just to kill off any mold that is still residing in the on the styrofoam surface. I'm glad that it's not the pink stuff, because I'm sure then that's what I was expecting to see. Pull away the drywall and have pink stuff filled with black mold. Have to cut all that out and have to put in new pink stuff. Because it's this foam, it's going to be a spray it down with a nice mist of Javex, leave it for a day, and then come in and wash it off. And that should do it. So this is a good case. It's been a heck of a lot of work, to be honest with you. And I'm exhausted. I can't wait to just relax tonight. But it's getting done anyways, and this is like one of those steps that we just have to go through. So it's lonely and quiet, so it's nice to have you along anyways. I'm going to get to it. More wet stuff over here that I didn't see for some reason. Oh yeah, that's wet. See, this is where I think having somebody to show you how to do stuff would be really helpful. Because I feel like here, as I'm just finishing up, I'm just getting good at it. I feel like I've wasted a lot of time just not knowing how to do it properly. Not to mention the effort. Okay. Keep going with cleanup. Okay, time to get out of here. Well, there you have it, folks. I hope I've done a good job. Tried to follow Andy's directions as best as possible, and I cut up as far as I could tell was wet. I feel like he went up higher with his meter and still detected dampness. Now, I was kind of going visually, and it's hard to see. But I hope that I've done. You can see here, like on this window here, it was really high, so I ended up taking all the drywall out. But I feel confident that I've eliminated the mold. Like it seems to have been around the 1 foot, right where that bathroom tile was. Right down around the edge, there was about 1 foot of tile. That's where the mold was. Wonder if it's related. So, I feel confident that I got the mold, and especially once I come in with the bleach and do the rest of it. And the rest of, if there's any extra dampness, I feel like it's going to dry out, especially once we fix the outside stuff. So, I hope that that's a good job. It looks like a good job to me, so we'll leave it at that for today and see how we do. I haven't been up on the roof yet, and it hasn't been a priority, so I'd like to do that just because it'd be cool to see kind of where our towers are in relation to the studio. But it's not priority yet because we're a long ways off from being ready for it. So I don't want to take off my mask or my protective garb yet because there's that mold smell in here now. I feel like I need to get out of here, probably strip down outside and then go and then just leave the studio here for a day or two to let everything kind of settle and then come in without stirring anything up and maybe mop down the floors and really give it a real quick but good thorough cleaning, just considering the mold, and then go from there. So, what a load of work.